Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena we are playing Mono Blue Tempo. But before we jump in, I want to just chat about the bans quickly because I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, of course, Vivi we all expect it to be banned, but how do you feel about the Screaming Nemesis ban? I'm kind of torn about it. I already have played a lot with Screaming Nemesis, and sometimes it's just a great card to just fit into a deck when you're not really sure what else to play because it's just such a generally good card. But then at the same time, I've obviously had it played against me many times, and the whole shutting down live game thing and the fact that it's essentially unblockable is really rough. I think it's probably the right call to ban it, but I'm going to miss the Screaming Nemesis. And with the Prof's Eidetic Memory, I am weirded out by this one because surely banning Vivi kind of makes that card irrelevant. You don't really see it in other decks, but I feel that they might have just wanted to make sure that no one came up with like another Vivi type deck because the players in the community was so angry about it that they just said, look, if we ban Vivi and this, there's just no way anyone will come up with that style of deck for a long time, and therefore they just kind of like make sure they nip it in the bud. So that's my intuition about that. If you have any other thoughts, let me know. But I actually think I got pretty lucky because Enduring Curiosity is actually a card that is somewhere on that ban spectrum. I know that Jim Davis is always talking about how in best of 3 this is a very egregious card and Demir midrange is very powerful, and the Kaito Enduring Curiosity are the two engines of that deck. So if you wanted to weaken it, this would be a prime candidate to ban, but luckily it didn't get the ban, so today's video actually remains relevant to current standard, which is good for me because I love Enduring Curiosity. It is one of my favorite cards. The ability to just draw so many cards and the fact that it's so hard to kill is just really great in my opinion, and I just do really enjoy playing this card. So when I saw this kind of list and I saw that it runs the Enduring Curiosities, I did really want to try it out. And the whole thing with this deck is that it runs the Belion the Parched, which is a very interesting card in my opinion because it actually gives blue a way to ramp, which is pretty unusual. We have pseudo ramp in blue now, and I think they're very interesting ways to try and take advantage of this. And this deck tries to do it by having a whole bunch of 1 mana flash and instant speed stuff, like for example the Spectral Sailor, the Opt, and the Into the Flood Maw. So if you can get down the Belion, you can actually cast those at your end step or at your opponent's turn. And then the Spyglass Siren is also a very good card in this deck because it allows you to create that map token and look for land, and a deck that only plays 21 land really needs to have that way of digging a little bit deeper. And then the 2-drop slot, we have the Floodpits Drowner, very important card to get rid of your opponent's creatures, especially anything with counters on them or something like Ouroboros, which you just have to get rid of. And then once you sort of get ahead, the whole point with this game plan is to try and play your creatures, get ahead, and then protect your board state with counters like the Long River's Pull and the Spell Stutter, and then the Toshiba's Tidebinder is another way that you can disrupt your opponent. And then the Faebloom Trick is an interesting card, kind of like a finisher. You can play it at the end of your opponent's turn, tap down one of their creatures, to create 2 fairies, and now you've got more flyers coming in the air. And then, like I said, the Enduring Curiosity is the card that we use to really stay ahead of our opponent and draw those cards and make sure that we can finish off the opponent and find the counters that we need. That's what we're doing today, and as always, I may be the Nostalgic Necro, but I'm putting my nostalgia aside because blue has a way to sort of pseudo ramp now, and I want to find out how it does for us. Let's find out how it does in the arena today. Okay, well, I haven't had too much time to do research today on, you know, cool decks and stuff, so I just thought this is looking pretty cool because I saw Boji play it when I was on vacation, and there was just something about this deck that like really felt interesting to me. So let's try it out here, see how it goes for us. And it's Ketramose. I think it's probably Ketramose. It's funny, I haven't really bumped into this on the ladder. Keep that for sure. So what do you do against this deck? Now we'll just go for another Siren. These Flood Maws are important, but I just don't know what I'm trying to Flood Maw. Like, what is the target for this? Is it these 1/1s? Religious Insights. Okay, not great for us here. Opponent takes Ketramose. So, is that what you Flood Maw? we'll map up here. Putting a land would be good. Gift a card, counter target's creature spell. It's pretty irrelevant because we can actually bounce the Ketramose and then counter it if they try to replay it. I think I quite like that. I'd also like to find land to play this Enduring Curiosity though. But a counter is good. Counter is just a very safe insurance policy. Okay, opponent mills a card. I actually want to see how the opponent plays this deck because I'm trying to learn myself better how to navigate it. I really enjoyed playing it the other day, but I felt like I didn't really know what I was doing. Okay, so I think I'm happy to bounce this Ketramose. Okay, well, I don't think we... Another Molten, but we can just do it at end of turn. Okay. Bounce this Ketramose. So we are applying pressure on the opponent here. Now we have a counter in hand. They know about it. So our position here is not bad. I feel like this deck struggles when an opponent plays very quickly. And this deck is pretty quick, you know, it's not a mono red quick, but you know, we're dealing a lot of damage here. This deck doesn't have much removal. We have flyers. Awaken the Honored Dead has to be countered. Gotta counter this. Gift a card to the opponent. Gotta be done. Okay. We are presenting lethal next turn. Opponent plays Ketramose. Ah, they gain life. I forgot about that. I think we bounce this Ketramose again. It does mean that they have to keep replaying it. It's quite expensive for them. Ooh, okay, they don't know about this long river pull. It's pretty good. They know about the other one, but they don't know about this one. So this one, they won't be thinking about it. Feels like this game is pretty tight. They go for the Overlord of the Baelmerk. That's fine. We don't counter that. They're trying to gain life here. I mean, I could have countered that, but they could have still gained life with the Dredger's Insight with the Moltender, so I think it's okay. Disruptive Stormbrood. I think we counter that. Maybe we don't. We can just create these flyers. Sorry, I'm just trying to think here. We could counter this, or we just create the 2 1/1 flyers. Let's do that. I guess I shouldn't have played it now, right? Adding 2 green mana. I guess there was no need to do that now because they can just tap in response. Oof, okay, that was kind of a misplay on my side. They've got a Demi. Okay, we tap the Demi. Why did the opponent say oops there? Oh boy, a Demi's a problem. Oh, we can get rid of it almost. We can tap it down. Oh, so close here. Opponent's down to 1. If I had 1 more mana, I'd be so happy. Man, this Enduring Curiosity has been standing here this whole game. I haven't been able to find the land. Okay, Scavenging Ooze is... they can use this to gain a lot of life. because they can gain 3 life. So I don't think we can allow this to come down. Is this the card you counter? They can use this to gain 3 life, getting out of very close out of lethal range. I think you countered this. I think that that's worth it. That's a lot of life gain with the Dredge's Insight. They got another one, but at least they had to use up a lot of their mana. So they can gain 2 life here. But then they need 1 mana to tap the Ademi as well. And we can tap down the Ademi with the Floodpits Drowner. I think we're okay here. I think it has reach or anything like that. So they can get to 3. They can get to 4. Oh, do they have some sort of removal here? I was not anticipating this. They do have... Oh, they've got removal. Damn. Oh man, that is rough. Ah, oh, so close. So close. Okay, they don't have an extra mana. I think we flash this in. We need to apply pressure and find stuff. Okay, Spectral Sailor. Oh, it's got flash and flying. We don't have mana to flash it in. What are the Bale Merc? Oh, this game is really close. If they can find... They need an answer for 2 flyers. Because we can tap down one of their... We can tap down the Ademi. Oh, they keep gaining life, man. I keep forgetting about that. They can gain so much life with this deck. Oh boy, I actually don't know if we can get over the line here. They play the Awaken the Undead, take out the Enduring Curiosity. So they can gain 2 life. Oh boy. Oh, we can... Okay, hold on, let's just see here. We can power this up. That doesn't really help us. Okay, they're up to 2 here. I wonder if they're going to hold... Okay. So... Let's see what they do here. Let's see if they try to block with the Demi. Or if they go for life. I don't know what they're going to do. They're either going to go for life, or they're going to try power up the Ademi. If they power up the Ademi, we can tap it. They went for the Ademi power up. So we just flash this in and tap it. Woo boy. Oh my word. That game was ridiculous. We got them so low, and that's something I realized playing the Roots deck yesterday. Like, you can get down to 1 life, and then you just slowly start creeping up with a Dredge's Insight, and it can be just so hard to just squeeze that deck just to that final bit of life total. I'm really happy with the win there. Okay, really nice to start with a win there against the Roots deck that I played yesterday as well. That was pretty cool. We go first again. I think first was also last turn. That's always nice. This is a really good hand. We just have to find land, and the Spyglass Siren is good at helping us dig for that. And we have the Spell Stutter. Okay, unfortunately we don't find it. I mean land. I think it's worth digging for it. We find it now, that's great. Okay. Is this artifacts? If it's artifacts, we want to find all of our... Ooh, it could be Kona. That suggests Kona, right? Well, we definitely don't want to tap Kona. So I think we'll just play this at the end. Yeah, okay, they're going for B, so it can't be countered. Oof. That is bad. These counters just became absolutely useless. So what do we do now? We could Spell Stutter this. Or we go for damage with a Floodpits Drowner. I think we better go for max damage here, unfortunately. As much as I would like to. Man, this Cavern of Souls just changed everything. Okay, pass. Go for this. This can still stop something, right? But we don't dare tap out. And it's going to be tough to deal with this situation. I don't see... We need to like hit Flood Maw. So we can keep bouncing the Kona. I mean, you got to assume they have it, right? And this Tidebinder can save us. They don't have it. Yeah, we'll just let them stock up. I was thinking about whether we should counter it. I think I'd rather just get this Enduring Curiosity down and start looking for Flood Maws or anything that can help us deal with Kona. I think it's good. This is going to be 3 cards next turn. It's really going to be a lot. Hopefully we can find some answer here. Without this Cavern of Souls, I'd have no fear, but this Cavern of Souls has completely changed the situation here. Okay, tapped land. Splash in the Enduring Curiosity. I really love this card so much. Man, when this card gets going, it's absolutely ludicrous. Okay, big attack here. Now we're applying a lot of pressure. Draw 3 cards, thank you very much. Get Spyglass Siren, Spell Stutter. It's not that useful. Okay, we're gonna have to hit this to maximize our damage outputs. Just to end the turn here, I don't think there's a need to map up right now. 4, 5, 6, 7. We already got 8 damage on board. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the Tidebinder can stop the... Okay, I was expecting Kona. No Kona. That's nice. Let's map up on you. Happy to... don't need more Spell Stutters. Should we do this before combat for any reason? I don't think we need to. Okay, opponent's got some trick here. But we got Spell Stutters. They go for this. So we can counter it unless they pay 2. We don't have any fairies, right? How much is this to cost? It's 2 to cost. So they're trying to think if they want to pay 2 here, but we have another one. So, yeah, I think you just counter it, because the other option is to try hold the Tidebinder. Okay, well now they've tapped out, so we'll just counter that. Let me just make sure I counter the right thing. Rick's Inception. Oof, okay. So we get there with 4, 5, 6. Okay, nice win there. The opponent clearly couldn't find their Kona. I'm pretty sure the Tidebinder would have saved us 1 turn with a Kona though, because it can stop the ability, right? So we had some insurance, but we needed to find Flood Maws once the Cavern of Souls came down. Okay, well this deck is feeling very good right now. I feel like we've had pretty favorable matchups. You know, I think decks that take a little bit of time to get going are generally going to be more favorable for us. Whereas I wonder how this deck will do against, for example, mono red aggro. I think it might struggle there because it'll just be very aggressive, and I just don't know if we can keep up with their haste. And also we're on the draw now. So that's not ideal. Waiting for the opponent here. Okay, definitely a keep. We got the Siren. Mono black. These Sirens are so funny. I mean, I feel like this is the card that I always just have it in hand. Whenever I put it in any deck, it just feels like I always have it in hand in turn 1, like in my opening hand. Okay, what are we up against here? Oh. We have a favorable matchup here. What, I'm just trying to think what the strategy is against this deck. I'm actually not sure right now what the strategy is. Wouldn't mind getting rid of this Umbral Zealot. We also need land. I think we'll just leave it here and try. Yeah, I don't know if that, I don't know, maybe I should have played Opt or the Spyglass Siren there to apply more pressure. I just know that this deck, if they bring down Sephiroth, we do want to deal with it right now. So yeah, we'll deal with Sephiroth here. Okay, so that's fine, but now we don't exactly have another counter, and we're going to need to find another counter for the Raise the Past that they definitely have. Okay. I think I'm still pretty keen to try and Floodpits Drowner away this Umbral Zealot. I'm going to hold up mana here to flash that in. This card can really get out of hand once they have... Okay, Snarling Gorehound is fine. Once they get the Blood Witch or something like that down, this card's a huge problem. I'd rather just get it off the board. When it attacks... Oh, I should have Floodpits Drowner maybe before attacking, but it's fine. I guess this also lets us see if there's something better to get rid of. Okay, so we'll Floodpits Drowner here. Take out the Zealot. So the only problem is we kind of have to invest our whole turn in dealing with it now. Okay, we do draw another land, which is pretty nice. So, it would be nice to attack, but they'll probably block. We can do this at instant speed, right? Oh no, sorry, we have to tap it. Okay, wait, no, because it's got vigilance. Okay, I think I'm overthinking this. Let's just... Wait, hold on, sorry, let me just think a second. Yeah, I wanna... Let's try to put, like... Let's use one map token here. First. Belion the Parched. It's not bad. I need to find counters. I think we don't need this right now. We have quite a lot of mana. Okay, we could attack with this and just see, maybe they wouldn't even block. Maybe that's actually the right play. But it's fine. I'm just going to do this now. So, they do have a whole turn here to do whatever they want because we're tapped out. I guess, I should have used this map token. It's fine. I'll just use Opt now. Okay. So we need to find a counter before they hit Raise the Past now. I think that might be what determines the outcome of this game. So if they already have it in hand, then we're probably just going to lose this game. If they don't have it, and we just have a little bit of time to find that counter, I think we might be okay. Let's see if it comes down. Looks like they have it from the way they are. Yeah, they do have it, damn. Okay. I think we're just dead here, right? This lets us find... Oh, actually, it's not that bad. Why did I think they had more stuff in the graveyard? Okay, we're actually not out of this yet. Why did I think that was going to be way worse? What? Where did... Oh, Sephiroth is 3 mana. Right. Okay. We're not actually out of this. I think it's worth just being very aggressive here and hitting this Enduring Curiosity. Trying to find as many counters as we can to try and preserve our board states. Okay, Belion, land. Use a map token here, we'll wait. Okay. Let's see what happens here. We have Opt. We have the Faebloom Trick to tap their stuff. Currently have no sack outlet because we did shuffle away the Umbral Zealot, so that's good for us. We might be okay here. If we can just untap and swing in one more time and find like a counter, I feel like we're going to be pretty safe here. Let's see what they have. 2 cards. And use the Fairy Dream Thief to find one, or to draw a card. And it goes full swing. We're not blocking. We don't want them to gain life. Okay. They can sack this. Wait. No, there's nothing they can sack right now. They've got no way to sack anything. So that's pretty good for us. Opponent scoops? Okay. Man, when that Raise the Past came, I was like, we're done. And then nothing really came back. I thought it was a lot worse than it was when what I thought was in their graveyard was a lot less than what actually came out. Okay, currently this deck is feeling very strong. I still think we'll struggle. Still think we'll struggle against the mono red aggro. Gotta mull that. Oh boy. What do you do with that? You just hope to draw it? I guess you just hope to draw it. I think a Braver Soul. I'll put away this Faebloom Trick. I think a Braver Soul would mull that again. I'm hoping to draw land and then play Belion and then sort of get going. Okay, we played again. Okay, I didn't have the Spyglass Siren in hand, but it was pretty close. Okay, let's see how it works this time around. Need this land. It's very urgent. Very urgent indeed. Cannot afford to not find land. We've got two shots at it, right? No land. Please be land. Please be land. It's not land. Okay, we're probably just toast here. So yeah, maybe you just mull that hand. I just felt like if we found land and hit Belion, then we'd have 3 and it would be pretty good from that point on. But 1 land is pretty rough. Station Sage. It looks like the Orzhov deck is gonna get the revenge on us here with our first loss. Do we hit land? We do actually hit land now. It's pretty good. So what do we do? Okay, so go for Belion here. So we could Floodpits Drowner, but it's very expensive right now. I think you have to get this Belion down to try and get some sort of card advantage. I mean, you know, to just try to get back into this game, right? So we at least have 3 mana now. And we can bounce the Umbral Zealot. Does that actually give us anything? I think I might as well. I mean, if they want to sack their stuff, it's fine. If they don't, they have to spend 2 mana to recast it. I think it's okay. Voice of Victory. Infestation Sage. Okay. This is good. It's a counter. Whenever you cast a blue spell, if Belion is a creature, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Well, let's attack here and see if the opponent blocks. I guess they could double block with the Voice of Victory and the Infestation Sage. I didn't really think about that. But yeah, okay, they just do that. Luckily, I don't think I actually played that so well. Okay, Okay. I think it's a flyer now. Got this Floodpits Drowner. I think we're gonna bounce the Voice of Victory. Umbral. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. This doesn't let me do stuff on their turn. Oh. Why'd I always forget this piece of text with this card? Oh boy, that's actually a really good card against us because our whole thing is about... Oh man. Okay. I actually completely forgot about this piece of text. I think we've lost this one. Good game, opponent. But yeah, that's actually a huge problem for this deck because we need to do stuff on their turn. So... And yeah, okay, well, also had to mull. Well, sometimes things just don't work out for you. What are you going to do? Okay, taking the first loss there. Can we bounce back? We go first this time. Yay. That always makes me feel good. This is a much better hand. No need to mull this. And of course, my Spyglass Siren is always around. Never ever miss that. It's just so great because it just does so much of the mana fixing that you need. Okay, this is legendary. So we will just do this and get the Belion here. Comes a land, so we can opt at the end of turn. What is the opponent here? Got one counter in hand. Always feels good to have that counter. We will opt here. During Curiosity is one of our best cards. We don't say no to this, even though we don't currently have 4 lands to play it. It's just too good. Dig for the land. Up at the opponent. Oof. I think you still keep this. I mean, this opponent looks like they probably going to rely on a sweeper. Okay. That is pretty bad, actually. I wanted to hold up that mana to have the counter. Oh, okay. So that's not great. We have another Belion here, actually. I didn't even realize that. Okay, another Belion. That's good. Need the opponent. Opponent gets down Baser. That's okay, I feel. Man, I really need to hit land, though. Let's do this. Okay, we hit land. That's great. It's not blue land, but it's pretty good. Got the Floodpits Drowner to deal with Baser. We've got the counter in hand also. It's got 5 cards in hand. They've got Demolition Field is fine. Oh, that's so irritating. Well, we'll tap it for blue here. Okay. It's got 3 mana here, so I'm happy to see what the opponent wants to do. We'll let them attack. Just in case there's something that we need to react to with the Long River's Pull. Okay, well, let's hope they don't have removal for this. Won't be great if they have removal for this in hand. They actually probably do. So let's see if they use it here. They might just decide to use removal here. They don't. Spectral Sailor is not bad. Okay, we've got 4 mana here. I think we don't need to do anything. Oh yeah, sorry, we're bouncing the Baser, right? Not bouncing, we're shuffling the Baser away. Okay. Shuffle the Baser away here. Resolve. Okay. I think we're okay. Opponent knows about one of our counters, not about the other. So they're going to be playing around, figuring out... They're going to try and tempt us to use this, not knowing that we have another one. We've got to use that to our advantage. Fashion the Spectral Sailor. Does opponent really want to use removal on this? Okay. They do, it's fine. All their removal getting used on these creatures. We will eventually find one that sticks, I'm confident. Get lost. Okay. Again, we just do nothing here. And really hope that this Enduring Curiosity can survive. But I'm going to first go for the Faebloom Trick here. Just to give the opponent a problem that they can't easily deal with a single removal spell. We'll keep the Tidebinder. Spell Stutter is also good. Oh boy, okay, this is good for us, I think. So the good thing... Oh, wait, I shouldn't have even done that. I need to get this Enduring Curiosity down. So I got lucky that I drew a land there. I wasn't really concentrating. Ghost Vacuum is fine. Very, very long before they can use the ability here to really bother us. We should be able to find a Flood Maw something before that. Okay. If they have an exile effect, it's going to be pretty sad. They don't have an exile effect. That's really good. Oh, wait. Ah! I meant to use the map tokens there. Okay, it's fine. Okay, draw lots of cards. And I feel like our position here is very, very, very comfortable now. Play Belion. Got so many counters in hand. Let's not get too greedy though. You know what, let's not get too greedy. We'll hold up 2 counters. We got the Spell Stutter, got the Long Rivers Pull. Lots of options here. I think we're okay. They have Judgment, so opponent will know. So we'll just use the Spell Stutter because we got 2 fairies. This is a fairy. This is a fairy. Maybe they can kill 1 fairy, but not 2 fairies. Okay. They wanna get lost there. We cannot allow that. We'll use this one that they don't know about. Counter target creature spell. Yeah. Counter that spell because this is so much damage. Okay, a nice win there. And I think again we have very favorable matchups about these decks that are sort of more reactive. I think we'll have a very favorable matchup against control. I think, again, we haven't really hit it yet, but I think when we hit that mono red, it'll be a real test of whether this deck can actually withstand that kind of pressure. Okay, this deck is feeling very smooth at the moment. Let's hope that this next game also treats us well. We go first. That's pretty good. We got Opt, we got Flood Maw. It's a pretty good hand, but where's my... What's the card called again? Where's the thing that makes me the map token? Where is it? Lenoir Elves. Oh, we'll start with an Opt here. Floodpits Drowner I think is good. I'm not exactly sure what we're up against here. But if it's the Ouroboros deck, I think Floodpits Drowner is great. Okay, it looks like it's the Ouroboros deck. It's not. We counter this? This is a problem. Yeah, this is going to be a problem for us. I think we have to counter this. I hope I'm making the right decision there. Not really sure what this deck is yet, but I just felt like that's an important card to get rid of. Okay, it's Kona, and now I'm not sure if I did the right thing there. I mean, I'm guessing it's Kona because I saw this thing. Okay, that does change the picture somewhat. And they got Cavern of Souls. Why do they keep counting Cavern of Souls against me? They already had one. Oh, but they named Druid, not Beast. They tricked me with that. Okay, well, we'll flash this in. Flash in this Floodpits Drowner. Tap down this Elf. Find land. Start with an Opt here, see what we get. We don't need this. Another land, damn. It's not really what I need right now. Okay, well this Flood Maw is very important to deal with Kona, but then we don't really have a way of dealing with Kona afterwards. So that's pretty bad. So we can do this once. And we're going to have to top deck very well here to try and deal with this problem now. I don't know what to do. Unfortunately, this thing, which is usually fantastic for us at getting rid of stuff, it's kind of going to be useless. Yeah, damn. Tap down this bat. Enduring Curiosity is good because it means we might be able to find the Flood Maw. Oh man, if we can find Flood Maw here, we're going to be okay, I think. 3 cards. Can we find it? 1, no. 2, no. 3. Oh, it's not Blood Maw. Okay, and this Long River's Pool is useless because of the Cavern of Souls. Okay, let's see what comes down here. Is it the end of us? I don't know if this deck always wins immediately. Bahamut. Bahamut is bad, but I mean, it's not game ending. Game's not over. Faebloom Trick. Pretty good here, actually. And tap down the Bahamut. Tap it down here. Draw lots of cards. Just attack all in here. I assume they'll block with the elf. They don't. They just let us draw cards. Not sure if that's the smartest move by the opponent there. Faebloom Trick, Spell Stutter, Faebloom Trick. It's pretty good, actually. Unfortunately, we have no answer still for Kona. So they're going to get to do Kona again. Destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Nothing we can do about that. So, do we just... Okay, they tap Kona here. I think we Faebloom Trick... What's this? Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or enchantment you control, except it's legendary. Activate only as a sorcery. That's terrible. Okay, that is really bad. They take out the Floodpits Drowner. I actually don't mind that. I need my flyers. Can't deal enough damage though, unfortunately. We only have 4 damage. Oh boy. I think we're toast here. Let's try this. Tap you down. How much damage do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage in the air. We're missing damage in the air. Let's see what comes down here. Oh, they got Absolute Virtue. Spyglass Siren. Oh, God. Nice. We don't have any way we can tap it, but we don't have bounce. If you, I just want to find out the answer to this. If you attack, do you actually draw cards? I don't think you draw cards, right, with the Enduring Curiosity. Yeah, I don't think you draw cards with this, right, because it's protection from everything. So it's only. Yeah. Okay. Ah. Okay, good game, opponent. Well done. They did the thing. We just couldn't find an answer for their Kona. And yeah, if we could have just hit the Flood Maw of the 3 draws that we had with the Enduring Curiosity, this game might have been different. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, well, we'll go one more here and see if we can at least finish on a win. It's always nice to finish on a high note, right? Belion the Parched is good. Second game in a row where I don't have my map token creature. Why can't I remember the name of that card? Spyglass Siren. Just when you say that you always have it, then you don't have it. It's kind of a Murphy's Law thing, I guess. Pink Floyd. Nice name, buddy. We're going to have to opt here. Starting town. Could be anything. We know they're multicolored. You don't play Starting Town unless you're multicolored. That's the only thing we know right now. Warden of the Inner Sky. Interesting. You don't see this card very often, do you? Spell Stutter is good. I think I'll take Spell Stutter. Just slow them down a bit. So I don't really have much to do next turn. This at least lets me counter something. Obviously, I'd much rather opt. Opponent's thinking here. I guess Warden of the Inner Sky suggests a sort of go wide strategy. How good is Spell Stutter against that? I'm not sure. Okay, opponent plays a land, Novice and Spectre. I guess this is the problem with the... you know what, I should have countered that. Because now they get to start... Yeah, I should have countered that. Ah, okay. I think... I guess they had two anyways, so now they can start hitting with the Warden. Yeah, I think actually keeping the Spell Study was a mistake because when you see Warden of the Inner Sky, it's probably a go-wide strategy, and with go-wide strategies, you know, targeted removal or targeted counters is not really that effective because they tend to be trying to go wide, so none of their things are that worth countering individually. Okay, we'll go for the Belion here, I guess. Apply some pressure. At least we have some creature on the board now. And yeah, I don't love our situation here. Again, no removal. All their stuff is very cheap to play. You know, we can bounce stuff, but they can just play it back for 1 mana, and all the stuff that they want to bounce is very, you know, gives them value when it comes into the battlefield. It's pretty bad for us, actually. I think this is a very unfavorable matchup for us. I don't think if there's anything really we can do. Tidebinder. Man, it just didn't work out, did it? Okay, we'll try another land. I'm gonna go for the Enduring Curiosity play. I feel like might as well. Might as well. Opponent's got removal? Don't tell me they have removal. Oh, if they have something to exile this, I'll be really upset. Oh, they have Flood Maw. Okay. Nice by the opponent. We're in huge trouble here. Huge trouble. Fully tapped out. Opponent's got this Warden that they can tap and just make bigger, which means that at some point we can't really block it with the Enduring. I mean, already we can't block it, but now it's got Flying. I guess Flood Maw would force them to reset the counters, so that would be something. Okay. We don't draw Flood Maw, damn. So we can't even attack in now. I think I'm ready to scoop this one. I'm trying to get better at knowing when the game is just over. I don't think there's a way you win this game. They got 3 creatures. We don't really have a way of dealing with the board state. I'm pretty sure that that's a loss. And if you just play it out, I'm pretty sure you're just sort of just sitting there waiting for the opponent to do the inevitable. So I'll, you know, lose with grace. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I wanted to test out this new pseudo ramp card that Mono Blue has in Belion the Parched. I really like the idea for the card, and I think there's a lot of potential for different things which I might experiment with in future videos, but I just felt like this Mono Blue tempo deck that was pretty well established was a good starting point. I started out really strong with this deck, and I took a couple of losses towards the end. I ended up going 4-3, but I realized during editing what a huge mistake. I didn't realize. I always forget that with the Floodpits Drowner, the Drowner that puts the stun count is not necessarily the same Drowner that has to do the shuffling away. So if you can have one Floodpits Drowner out that is, you know, doesn't have summoning sickness, and then you can flash in another Floodpits Drowner, I could have taken out the Kona, by putting out the stun counter with the other Floodpits Drowner that I flashed in, and then shuffling it away with the Floodpits Drowner that doesn't have summoning sickness. So I think I probably could have won that game unless the opponent had another Kona that I wasn't aware of. But hey, that's the kind of experience you need when navigating a deck. But just keep that in mind. You can do the thing with one Floodpits Drowner and the thing with another Floodpits Drowner. But anyways, I really did enjoy playing this deck. I think the win percentage will depend a lot on the matchups that you have. I think this deck has very, very favorable matchups against decks that are slower. For example, a deck that maybe needs to ramp up to like an Ugin or something, you know, while they're doing all their ramp, you hold up your counter and you're just probably too fast for them and then they can't really get going. Also, I think very favorable matchups against control, because control wants to kill your stuff on your turn. But on this, with this deck, you basically are able to, you know, flash stuff in and just keep them off balance. But I think you'll have troublesome matchups against, for example, those go wide decks that we played against with the Warden of the Inner Sky, because your counters and stuff don't really do that much there, and you're countering a 1/1, whereas you want to really be countering something impactful. And we didn't come up against mono red aggro. Obviously they don't have Nemesis, but I still think it'll give this deck a run for its money because we have no hard removal. We bounce it, but then they just play it back with haste, and all their stuff is cheap and stuff like that. So yeah, I wanted to try it out, and I'm glad that I did, and I do hope that you enjoyed the gameplay. And if you did, stay tuned and consider subscribing, because there's going to be more nostalgic necro coming soon.